Helping Souls of North America indicates, our mission is to create a sustainable and harmonious community by bringing awareness and empowerment to all. Hasna serves the community through various platforms, which we call them as initiatives. Slide, please. Now, let me present to you a summary of the wonderful activities done by Hasna for the year 2023 that span all 9 initiatives. First and foremost, Hasna's education branch has launched online classes this summer, starting with basic Python programming for middle and high school students. The family support team has been very busy this summer by serving 4 families in need and welcomed 3 new babies to our community. These tireless volunteers delivered 84 hot and nutritious meals in a span of just 5 weeks. Our talented cultural and creativity team always makes sure there is some entertainment intertwined with the service work under the guidance of this wonderful team. They are also getting ready for an annual event which will showcase the very first presidential award ceremony. Youth volunteers play a very critical role in every initiative. We have more than 60 kids signed up for Youth Club. These dedicated young people help with every event, which included making more than 30 flyers and postcards this year. They also help with website development and enhancements. Our animal welfare initiative has kickstarted this year by working in collaboration with Oregon Humane Society and made and donated 75 dog braid toys, 16 blankets, 150 milk sandwiches, 85 sunshine toys, and 150 cork toys. They have also organized a very exciting and unique summer camp where youth got to learn basics of horse care along with the basic horse riding lessons. The environment team strives to keep the community green and clean always. They continued the tree planting event and planted more than 65 trees and held 2 trial cleanup events with more than 30 volunteers. Since 2020, Hasna adopted 4 trails: the Kaiserwood Natural Area, Rock Creek Greenway, Waterhouse Trail, and the Bethany Lake Trail, with a total of 8 miles of total THPRD trails. We are very proud to announce that THPRD has recognized the Hasna's Environment branch as their biggest volunteering group. Kudos to the entire team. The Food and Nutrition team continues to work with Oregon Food Bank, and in just the last event, volunteers packed more than 2,000 pounds of frozen barley. The team also continued with the monthly dinner deliveries to the Banfield Transition Homeless Shelter, and as of date has delivered 14 monthly dinners to the shelter. On Mother's Day, a special food delivery of pizza and fruits was made to Banfield Transition Shelter. And on Father's Day, more than 100 peanut butter sandwiches were packed on premises at the Laurelwood Shelter. Just like last year, our health and well-being team has conducted the International Yoga Day, a 2-hour-long yoga session where many people took part either in person or online. Last but not the least, the Women and the Girls Empowerment team is responsible for hosting wonderful events like the one we are having today. This year, on International Women's Day, they organized a panel discussion that featured 5 accomplished women from our community. And for Mother's Day, they organized the Raining Roses Walk and raised funds for Rosehaven, Portland, Oregon. This wonderful team is led by 2 very energetic ladies, Siri Malladi and Subhashini Manyam. And today's event will be led by one of them, Shubha. Shubha is an IT architect at Nike, a growth mindset technology leader with more than 25 years of experience in architecture, technical delivery management, and ERP implementations. She is also a mother of a beautiful daughter, Samiksha, who is a high school sophomore. Without further delay, I would like to hand it over to Shubha now. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita, for kickstarting today's session with the intros and covering all the community services and events Hasna has carried out this year. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's fireside chat, where we are focusing on discussing how we can help women reinvent their careers and confidently return to workforce. We also have Q&A at the end, so please keep your questions flowing in the YouTube live chat. Women often take career breaks for a variety of reasons, including having children, caregiving responsibilities, pursuing education or personal development, or other life events. And sadly, the longer a woman sits out, the harder it becomes for her to resume her career. According to the Harvard Business Review, in 2018, remember this was prior to the pandemic, 43% of highly qualified women with children were taking a career break. The number shows a tougher journey for women both during and through the recovery of the pandemic. In September 2020, when schools resumed, many of them with remote learning, 80% of the 1.1 million people who exited the workforce were women. LinkedIn survey in 2022 showed that 64% of women globally say they have taken a career break at some point over the course of their careers. I am honored and thrilled to share the screen today with our distinguished and dynamic guest, Mrs. Surekha Reddy, co-founder and chief product officer of an AI startup. And prior to this, she was an executive at Intel. Surekha Reddy is a technical leader with 25 years of cloud, AI, and data center experience, driving innovation and delivering business results. She has a passion for using technology to impact the world positively. Surekha is a visionary leader who inspires others to follow their dreams. Outside of her professional work, Surekha is committed to giving back to the community and making it a better place for everyone. Surekha is driven by a belief that everyone has the potential to make a difference. She's a passionate advocate for upskilling and community building. She has a long service track record, having held leadership positions at several nonprofits, including her current role as a Northwest chapter director at Women in Big Data. Warm welcome, Surekha, and congratulations on your new career beginning as a founder.
Thank you, Shubha, for the introduction and also the kind words. And thank you to Hasna, Women Empowerment Leadership Team, for this opportunity today. It is a pleasure to share my thoughts on this most important and relevant topic of today.
Welcome, Surekha. Surekha, I've thought about taking a career break myself on more than one occasion when my daughter was younger. I hope you don't mind me asking a personal question, because you have also brought up two successful and confident kids yourself. Did you take a career break or thought of one when your kids were growing up?
It was a long time ago, but it's a very good question. Both of our children right now is in college, pursuing their college interests of their own, passions. And we're very happy to see them being there and taking forward with their education the way they wanted to continue. But having said that, I did take a couple of breaks. But I think one of the fortunate thing that happened to me was working for a well-established, wonderful company like Intel Corporation through my career. They had great programs for employees to really take a break and come back. Not quite really needed to, quit the company and come back, but rather I could just take various types of leaves, family leave of absence or leave of absence, and then take care of my needs of the family and then come back. So I did take a few occasions like that to take care of my children as well as my parents, elderly parents. There are several occasions I did take time off. But I think one of the biggest blessing I had and my family had was we had a very well-supporting family for our parents and also our friends and extended family. We had many people, all our extended families, entire United States spread across, and also friends. And more importantly, we live in a Portland community where the support system is very well established. Our community is a great community, and then we always, help each other. And then I and my husband and my entire family, we always were helping each other type of a mentality and mindset we embraced from the beginning. And that's really helped us to kind of, growing up our children, we heavily depended and sought out for help with our fellow parents who had the similar situations like we had the needs of. We carpool with other parents, taking our children back and forth to various activities. When my mom was sick in US, when she was here, she got sick, and then she had to go through a major surgery, a heart surgery. The whole community was there to give the food for us and take care of us. So there is always the community we relied upon. We offered help and we took help, and then kind of shared a kind of common interest as a parents. And where we could offer our help, I was very interested in then bringing value-based education system, and I was very much volunteering in those areas, helping broad family sector and their children, while my fellow parents were very much interested in giving their robotics knowledge, and where I took my children to participate in robotic events, and in mutually we help each other and then pursue our careers. So most common thing, theme we kind of took along the way is just, kind of asking for help and raising our hand. And that really worked out. But despite that, I did take, a few breaks from my career. And it was not easy for me to get back in. And then the environment always changes, even if it is a few months of break. When you get back to work, even though the work was there for me, I don't have to quit the company. But it is always a challenging situation for me, and where we can discuss more scenarios today's as we embark on this journey today.
Thank you, Surekha, for touching on the fact that building a support system around us is very important, right? Surekha, there are women with 10 months break to some with 10 years of break. So the most fundamental question is, how long of a gap is truly a job gap?
Yeah, it's a very good question. As I mentioned to you, I have taken breaks between 3 to 6 months in my career, and that itself was very hard for me to get back, and then the things and situations change in the company, right? But I think in general, there's no genuine answer what is the gap is. But in general, anything about 6 months or so and above is called as a gap, technically by any companies. That's kind of a thing we can think about, like a gap, like about 6 months.
Gap in terms of months is generally manageable, Surekha. But when they start extending into years is when it can become challenging, right? Can we now talk about the basic challenges women returning to work after a career break have?
Yeah. There are a couple. Actually, there are two major factors, I think, kind of makes women get back to the work after 6 months or many years. It doesn't matter. But I think the very first and foremost challenge is the confidence, lack of confidence, and having the fear to get back to work, after gap makes them to kind of lose their confidence and on their skills and abilities, even though they have contributed to the society and in the work and professionally very elegantly when they were in the professional jobs. But when they take the break just takes them and their lack of the confidence. And then the lack of confidence is one of the primary reason why a lot of the women doesn't even take the next immediate step of even thinking about applying for the job. What does that mean to them? And also kind of networking with potential employers, kind of a situation. So the confidence is one of the aspects. The second most important aspect is, as we have been bringing about as part of the introduction, a lot of the women generally take their breaks because they want to take care of either their children reason or elderly parents. And I have done that myself, but personally myself. And these caregiving responsibilities not going to go away from us, right? I think it's just forever. And as long as we are human beings of caring about our parents or our children, those responsibilities, continue to follow us as long as we really want to entertain those responsibilities. So that makes them also very difficult to find the relevant and right jobs to get back into work that gives them the schedule and the flexibility and then meet their needs and balance their work life. These are the main two reasons and the challenges they face, women generally. But this is definitely in their control, by the way. And then we'll talk about the strategies later, how to address those all. Is like this unconscious bias. Like a lot of the times, the hiring managers, when they see the resume, when they get to see somebody is taking the break, it's just their unconscious bias kind of puts their resume aside, and that's unfortunate, but that happens. So you have to be very much persistent on kind of not giving up on taking. First of all, it's very difficult really to think and take the first step, but being very persistent and then pursuing that passion to get back to the work is needed. And there is another couple of other reasons as well, sometimes which are not in our control can come across the way. We can talk as we prolong our conversation, but these are the main challenges: confidence, fear, and then the balance, how to make it work and life balance issues.
Okay. So sure enough, Surekha, a lot of insecurities bubble up, like, are my skills still relevant, right? Where do I start? Will I be recruited? Will I get a chance, right? All these insecurities bubble up. So how do they own and turn their career break into a powerful story?
Yeah. And there are many ways to do that. I think let's talk a couple of the ideas. First and foremost, when the employer sees the resume and assumes so that you or any woman took that first step, right? I think, taking time to really shape up their resume and then, applying for jobs. It's very clear and evident for them to see that there is a break in our career, right? I think the very first thing, I think as women, we need to really think and look into it is prepare very well to explain the reason for the break in a very clear and concise fashion, right? And then be very honest and upfront about the reason why the gap in your career. And then highlight what you have done during that break time to maintain your skills and knowledge, right? That's the first thing. Just be very honest, be very open, and tell what the gap is. The second powerful way to get back to the work and in a much more empowering way is the use of network. I think one of the good things women we do is we have very good network. We manage very good, healthy network with the family, friends, and colleagues. So just let your friends and family and colleagues and former colleagues whom you worked with, just go and tell that you're looking for a job. You're ready to come back, and you're kind of open for opportunities, and then let them know that you're looking for it, and ask them proactively to make introductions, right? And then this actually helps sometimes your friends to be able to put you in touch with the potential employers who have the job openings. And I have done personally many times of that myself, introducing others, and they landed very elegantly with a very good gap in their career. And then some of this the leaders or network has their own influence, right? When they send your resume or across to their network, it just peaks with some kind of a good validity already. So it just makes our first step to be easier. So use your network as being the powerful, effective way to get back to the next major hurdle, right? To land your resume into the right places. And then one other thing is, LinkedIn is a very powerful tool, very good connected tool. And stay active on LinkedIn and reach out to the people whom you admire or whom you see that interest of your field. And reach out to them and just let them know that you're interested to have a conversation with them. And then be open and honest and ask for help. And they're most welcome. You never know. By the way, there are a lot of people, when you really go and ask for help with a genuine way, they will turn their favor to you. And finally, I think you also can attend industry events like Grace Hopper events or women conferences, where job fairs are like are there, and then they kind of have spot job interviews. You never know. There is all kinds of people, right? And you should just go and then start kind of attending those networking events. And then one other way to really build it, which is a powerful way to really establish your healthy network, is you go and offer help. It's just the most empowering and powerful way to support others by you, in our capacity helping others is the way you can build your best network. And they see you in action, they see you, your attitude, they see you, your skills in a very profound way. And that naturally makes them to kind of feel good about, kind of making you introduction or whatever the necessary thing, right? So that's the second aspect. The third aspect, to really make it look much more powerful to you is and kind of being relevant to the industry, and then making sure that your skills are up to date. Even though you're taking a gap for a good reason, to take care of your family needs, but it is always you have enough time to really kind of watch for the network, what's happening around the world, and making sure that you are skilled up yourself to the levels that you're confident to get back to the work. And then always focus when you really get an opportunity for either interview or even getting to the discussions with your colleagues or friends. Focus on telling a compelling story about your future goals, not what is the past and why you're staying where you're staying, but just to show your future goals and your enthusiasm about taking up new challenges and learning new skills, and how your current skills that you gained during this break, like transferable skills like time management, could be organization skills or problem solving skills, put them and showcase them and demonstrate them, and then help them show your capability to your network. That's a couple of those good tips.
Those are great tips, Surekha. Upskilling, being transparent about your story, networking. I feel networking is very, very important, and it helps a lot. So, Surekha, what unique opportunities or resources are available today to help those who are looking for work after a career break?
There are many. There is plenty of resources are available. Let's focus on few areas. There are many online learning platforms like LinkedIn, Coursera, and many, where you can first of all leverage with a very minimum amount of investment of the price. You can kind of get new skills, you can develop new skills or brush up on your existing skills where you were contributing before taking the break, kind of refresh. And these online platforms are, there are plenty. LinkedIn offers so many wonderful courses, right? And then just invest your time on that. And then there are communities, by the way. There are career break communities like the Career Break. The name is itself the Career Break, by the way. You can Google about that. And then Career Relaunch podcasts. These are the communities set up by wonderful volunteers to help, particularly women is not the only the population these communities are established, but in general, for everybody who took the break, in general, these communities are there to help them in many ways. They even have volunteering internships. You can, of course, not for pay. If you really want to get kind of, you just want to get ready for and loosen up yourself, you can go and then take up some of those volunteering internships and then get familiar with getting back to work means what? Get that discipline approach of getting up and then going and contributing and coming back, right? That gives you and boosts you some confidence. And also they offer you a lot of mutual support, right? And there is a lot of fear aspect. And there are support groups that can help you kind of lessen that fear, be there for you, with whatever the help that you're looking for, right? So that's the kind of communities. And there is also a lot of online career coaching facilities available. There is a career building coaching that's also you can Google, and there is a Coach Hub. There is another online career coaching capability. There are many, actually. This is just a couple of examples. But if you can Google, there are a lot of online career coaching services available. Some of them are, actually, many of them are free, actually. But there are some of them with a very small amount of payment. You can even get a personalized support kind of guidance that can kind of work with you, a coach, and then understand your transferable skills, your prior experience, and why you took the break, and then they can work with you to identify the transferable skills and put a compelling story together for you. They can even offer the resume right up, and how do you even network, all kinds of various capabilities they can help you with. So these tools are there, and you should take advantage of.
Yeah, those are really interesting resources, especially if you can go for volunteering, right? You can show that experience, even though there was a gap. You can actually show that you have this, and you can have references too, because that will be very relevant reference that you can use. Those are very good resources. But those are for someone who knows what they want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll be like, I already know I want to go in this industry or in this line, in this domain, and I know that, so I can invest in courses, I can invest in mentorship or even coaching. But Surekha, what about training, right? Are there any structured training programs available?
I don't know whether you're familiar with this kind of a word, returnships. So there are programs. Actually, these are the paid short-term internships, by the way, specifically designed for professionals who are returning to the workforce after a long career break. And everybody knows, I think this is a very genuine area that people do take the breaks in their career, right? There are companies, they saw this need, and then they structured returnships as like a kind of a internship programs. They're paid programs, and they're designed for this type of an audience. And these programs are going to offer many ways to gain the new skills and network with potential employers and demonstrate your value to the job market by going and doing it. You can even test and see if this is something you like to do. And then these internships are available. You need to do some research about it, and then you can find what kind of opportunities are there. They're all trained, by the way. It's meant for this audience. So I think women definitely should take advantage of it. And if you go to the websites, you can find that. Definitely, I can help you with more details on this.
Returnship sounds something like internship, right? It sounds very interesting, because you get an opportunity to demonstrate what you are ready for, so that the employers have confidence in your skill sets, and they know, yes, I can hire this person. So they can, from returnship, they can get a permanent jobs, right? If you don't land the job, that's okay, because you have gained new relevant experience that you can showcase in your resume, and you can also extend your network by those returnships. Surekha, tell us a little bit about the sectors or domains that currently offer returnship programs.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I think pretty much every sector offers this now, because especially pandemic has proven that it actually forced many to take break, right? I think a lot of sectors now, they see this trend becoming the norm. And a lot of the tech sectors, pretty much all sectors offers. In technology, for example, Intel, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, all of them, the big companies offer. In financial sector, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Chase, Citigroup, all of them offer as well. In consulting services, if you're familiar with McKinsey, Boston Consulting Services, Bain Consulting, and Bain and Company, all these firms offer the returnships. Even the consumer goods side of it, like Procter and Gamble, PepsiCo offers this kind of returnships. And also, there are many non-profit organizations, the major non-profit organizations, like, for example, Gates Foundation, American Red Cross Foundation, and then the Teach of America. And then I think these are just a couple of examples, by the way, Shubha, but I think there are pretty much every sector these days. And if there is an established company, they genuinely see this issue, and they are trying to help this community to come back and in a brave way to try new skills and then get themselves ready for coming back to the work. So these are all various companies that just put a lot of effort to build these programs, by the way. And you can go to their websites and look for those internships, and then you can find them. Yes.
That's very good, because 10 or 15 years back, having gap was like a stigma, right? Like, how do I show we used to fear, but not anymore, right? Not anymore. There are companies that are tapping this, this resource group, and they want women to come back, because there are a lot of good resources out there.
That is correct.
So now, coming to the very important segment of this program, how can HSNA Women Empowerment team with you or partner with you and help women relaunch their careers? So Surekha, can you briefly touch on the unique opportunities we can provide for connection extension?
Definitely. As I think as part of your introduction of me, one of the greater investments I have done to the community, having a lot of connections to the community in giving back programs. It's actually close to my heart, by the way. I do that many years.
Thank you.
My career, while I was doing my professional career, I think it is very key and important thing for me to also offer my time and energy to the community. And I was able to do that. Actually, I was lucky. I think my family supported significantly to kind of make me to give that time. As I think there are a lot of organizations out there where I have connections, and I have my personal and professional connections, huge network I have. There are many ways I can really kind of help Hasna's Women Empowerment Leadership Team, you and your colleague, to kind of situate a structural program, if you like. But I think I really want to talk briefly about one of my recent, one of the leadership role I took is Women in Big Data. I'm a chapter lead for Northwest chapter, which is about 5 states. We serve and facilitate various programs through that organization. It's a kind of a nonprofit organization. They're very much, their crown jewel actually program is the mentorship program. They offer many mentorship programs. They have emerging technologist programs. They have international programs. It's a global organization. They have like 50 or so chapters. It's chapter-led driven activities. And in this kind of a mentorship programs, they also have technology or solopreneur programs, all kinds of peer mentoring, and it's a very structured programs they have, and they kind of bring the right mentors to kind of help the right needful mentees. So that is one of the biggest organizations we can collaborate, and I have very good connections with the leaders of that organization, and even the mentorship director. I have very good relationship and close relationships, where if you're really looking for a kind of a tailor-made program for some of the women that your organization kind of looking to help with, we can structure a very specific kind of tailor-made program just for that sector. And then we can really find the connections from the industry using my network and Women in Big Data's network and many other leaders' network to kind of pair them up and then give them the needed confidence for this woman to really take first immediate step of kind of applying for a job, getting them ready for that next immediate step. Yes, we can definitely do that. I think in many ways we can help you on that.
Thank you, Surekha. That is a very, very good program. I'm sure many would appreciate, as it will help them build confidence, right? And guide them along the way, because that is what they want, because they want to come back, but they don't know where to start. They don't know. So, one-on-one mentorship is definitely will be appreciated. How about upskilling trainings, Surekha? Can you think of any upskilling trainings that we can partner together and come up with?
Absolutely. I think actually the Northwest chapter, where I lead the program for the 5 states that we're working on, we have a great volunteering team, committed women volunteers from all sectors and from various companies. We are actually working on that skill up programs. I think our audience today is the universities. We just launched a data science varsity program in January for University of Portland and Oregon State University students to help them to maneuver this data science journey. It's a huge, actually, as you see AI and data science, it's this field is kind of ever growing and very complex field. The students, it's kind of getting lost. They get lost. So what we did was we kind of created a data science challenges for them to really work on, kind of experiencing the flow of activities or skill sets they need to gain to solve a real world problem by recruiting the technical mentors from industry experts, like 25 years of industry experts, coming and then coaching them as their mentors, and then making them to kind of maneuver their entire journey to solve a real world problem. And that program was a 3-year skill up, 3-month skill up program. I think the students really thrived. Actually, I think you attended maybe one of those, the ceremony, closing ceremony. The students really didn't know anything about what is data science or what is the AI starting in, but they're all in the university, pursuing their undergrads and grad programs. But their interest was different, right? But they kind of came on board and really learned a lot of skill set, and they really appreciated it. I think later on, our success actually spoke, and then there is a startup, ZByte, came recently to work with us. We are actually just closed today, actually, the registration link. We are offering a hackathon program. Again, the Oregon State University and University of Portland, and then now we extend that to University of Oregon as well, students. This time, the skill sets are Web3, blockchain technologies, big data, and AI, all of them combined, kind of helping the students understand the real world challenges and then making them to solve that problem. But while doing that, them acquiring the skill set, right? And one of the good things about this particular hackathon is the startup ZByte also willing to interview these students as one of the incentives, and also kind of hire 1 or 2 internships and give them the students opportunities, which is just a great thing, right? This is one of the biggest way to kind of give back to the students. This is just for the student audience we did it, but I don't think the women who took the career break any different, right? They also kind of looking for this kind of navigation issues, right? They do like to see what they wanted to do and what they can come back, what field is good for them, program management or product management or technology or finance and accounting. There is all kinds of opportunities out there. But one of the things, Shubha, what is changing in this coming decade is AI is going to transform everybody's life, right? It's just going to augment so much in everybody's job function. It is important for all of us to really skill up. Okay, in that at least you need to know what's out there, how you can augment, and how much of that information is relevant and for you to skill up. This much is needed. But again, we already have. This is second program. Our next program is coming in January. We do like to kind of bring this cadence to the community. And if your organization and then some of the women is looking for such kind of a skill up program, we can even work with you and collaborate with our committee and then stitch a very tailor-made program for your audience as well to see how we can help them to skill up their areas of interest. Whatever the best we can do that. If that's not going to work, we can also kind of use our network to land them with the returnships. And I'm actually right now a founder of a company, an AI startup, and I have very like-minded co-founders, lucky to have with me, where we can also kind of structure a good program for women who really wanted to kind of skill up. We are willing to offer that kind of help, no problem at all. It's actually very empowering to do those kinds of things with people who really are looking for help. Definitely.
Thank you, Surekha. That will be wonderful. I
Mhm.
just want to share with our viewers that hearing big data, AI, and these are all relevant. These are upcoming technologies that you might think that, oh my God, how will I go for that training? What do I need to have? What is a prereq, right? But when I attended the when the students presented, the university students presented their project. I was lucky enough to, because I just started talking about this event with you, and I was lucky to attend that. When I spoke to them, they did not have any background in AI. They were not even from computer science background, right? So, but they showed interest. They wanted to learn this skill set, so they registered and they were able to learn. So, if they can learn, anybody can learn. So that's what I wanted to let the viewers know, that it's don't get worried about the terminologies. If you want to, you can do it.
Correct. And then we will tailor made it now to the audience, the help they needed. We provide that help. So that's good.
So just come and ask for what help, right? So that's very important. Be transparent. So Surekha, many women worry about because they have taken a break. Now they have established a lifestyle. Their family is used to a certain lifestyle. So they worry about how to balance work and personal lives after returning to workforce, right? So Surekha, can you suggest how can they do this work-life balance?
Yeah, I think it's a very genuine concern. By the way, it's not only for them, for every one of us, right? I think the work-life balance is a concern for everybody. And then particularly the woman or anybody who took a long enough career break, it's definitely a genuine, concern. And the reason they took the break is to kind of do some kind of care, right? I think either self-care or taking care of their children or elder care. There is a generally, whether this type of an audience or any of us, I think it is very important for us to really maintain that balance, right? Work-life balance. You just need to kind of set some boundaries, like not working off hours of the work or weekends, especially anybody takes the career break. Their enthusiasm is at the peaks, right? So they really want to go and make a difference and really get that first impression to their colleagues and everybody saying that, okay, I'm back in a kind of a workforce, kind of a enthusiasm. It's important to really balance that enthusiasm and then with certain boundary conditions. If you don't do that, you pretty quickly lose all that energy that you really kind of recouped. That's one of the things. Of course, setting the boundaries is very important. And then a lot of the times we have this tendency, and especially women audience has this tendency of thinking that we are that superwoman, right? And a superman type of a super personality type of a thing, that we kind of hesitate to delegate, the tasks, even though sometimes our jobs allows and gives that ability. We don't do that. It's not natural to us. So that's one of the things. It's very important for you to kind of look for that opportunity of delegation, where possible, where feasible, just do the delegation and then be that collaborative environment, establish that collaborative environment. You don't have to do everything, take help and give help and be the team spirit, right? And that really also helps a lot. And also, I think pandemic changed the norm of the way we work, right? I think there's a lot of flexibility in the way we work right now, remote working opportunity, flexible hours. Do take advantage of all of those. And then, save some time from your travel and commute and take advantage of all those capabilities that your company offers you. And more importantly, this is one of the things I always, and I kind of, cherished using it. Ask help from your partner. I think he or she are the most, relevant aspect in your life, and set that expectation of needing for help and take help from your partner and then family and friends and your community, and then just seek out for help and then establish that kind of as a caring support system around you. If you do that, it really helps you to take care of it. And finally, I think it is important for you to take care of both physically, taking the relevant rest when you need it, and mentally for taking the good breaks, and then being taking your time to go to the fitness and doing some exercise, eating healthy food, and all of that is very important. So some of these tips, I think, not only for who took the break to kind of remember to do that, but I think every one of us, you and me, and these are the reminders we always need to kind of put in front of us.
That's true. You're right, Surekha. Being clear on your requirements and getting your family onboarded, because they are the ones who are going to see this transition, is very important. So Surekha, do you have any parting thoughts?
Yeah. First of all, this is a great conversation, and I truly enjoyed it. And I hope these are, some of these things are useful tips. And thank you to Hasna Empowerment Team, Women Empowerment Team, for giving me this opportunity. By the way, I would love to partner with you and your team, just to take whatever the help I can provide with my network. And I'm by myself, I cannot do everything, but I have a huge network and good friends available to help along with me, and there are a lot of like-minded people, network I have, so we can come and help you all. So thanks for this opportunity, and I enjoyed it. I think one of the parting thought I really wanted to kind of everybody in the audience to take away with is, returning to the workforce after a significant career break is or can be very challenging, but it is important to remember that you're not alone. Okay, and there are several resources available to help you on your journey. And then there are a lot of people out there genuinely really wanted to invest in your well-being, and there's so much help can be offered by these individuals. Just take kind of that moment of time, and then gain that confidence you need, and take that fears out of you, and then seek out for help. And I think that's the very first step. Just seek out for help. I think the rest will fall in place. And with that, I wish all of you a very best of luck, and just join the journey and getting back to work, and let's all work together and then make this world better. Thank you
so much, Surekha. I really enjoyed. I'm sure our viewers have also enjoyed and taken a lot of good tips from this session. Right here, right now, we have the opportunity to change the culture around career breaks for good. After after this event, a QR code for the feedback forms will be shared. So please help us filling out the feedback form so we can help you. Based on your requirements, we will tailor our mentorship, upskilling programs, or training programs, or even networking programs for you to understand your requirements and come up with the right program for you, and provide the necessary launch pad to relaunch your careers. Surekha, let's take some questions posted by our audience, and let's go to the Q&A.
Sure.
You mentioned confidence is a challenge. What were the challenges you had, and how did you overcome or did seek out help to overcome some of the challenges when you came back?
Yeah. First of all, I just wanted to mention about right now I'm embarking being a founder and chief product officer for a startup, AI startup. This idea came to me a year ago, actually. And I have worked in industry for 25 years, and I had gained so much of experience in leadership roles, performing various types of leadership roles. But I was just, that confidence is the factor why I couldn't take that next immediate step, right? Just kind of waiting for the right moment. I always had excuse to not depart from comfort zone, right? I think in a well-paid job, an extraordinary company like Intel Corporation, it's just excellent benefits and fat paycheck, you name it, all good reasons to not take the next step. I'm just taking this as a career transition as an example, but it is the same thing. I have several other examples I can give, but this is the recent example I want to share with you. The way I kind of did was I was kind of mentally preparing for that. First of all, am I ready? I think I need to kind of prepare myself with the skills and the experiences that I have to go through, I need to be first myself prepared. That's the first thing. The preparation angle, I did good job, by the way, on that aspect. But then the confidence aspect is where I had a lot of struggle to do that. And recently, what I did was finally, when there is a great opportunity for me to kind of exit the corporation, the way I address the confidence piece is I just reached out to my network. I had so many vice presidents, senior vice presidents at Intel who had a good network of me and just kind of established 15 minutes check-ins with them. And then I have asked them, this is the thing I'm trying to plan for as my next career move. What do you think about it? Is this something I can do? And is there, what should I need to look for? What kind of preparation I need to do? And I think to my surprise, every one of my network highly encouraged me to go this step. They know that losing me from Intel is not something fun, but they finally saw my passion for it and the way I was just kind of cheering up, my eyes kind of lighting up. They were kind of saw the extraordinary amount of interest in me, and they first of all highly encouraged me. Then I just came back and talked to my family, right? I think my spouse, my husband, and my children, they both are in college. To my surprise, both of our children were like saying, Mom, we are taking so many risks. You have so much of experience. You will do great. Just take that next step. And same thing, my spouse encouraged a lot. I think that when I saw the confidence of me through their lenses, it just built my confidence instantly. And I said, you know what, just let me take a break and then just go for it. So I think that's the best ever decision I made. I think I can feel it within a month. There is so much I'm doing, like in a fun way, and tons of fun I'm having right now. And imagination, there is no limit, right? And then I'm going through that phase right now. Every day I wake up with a smile, and then I have to, I have great time so far. So that's what I think the network again, right? I think it's, if you look into it, if you are kind of having a problem with the confidence, reach out. Whatever that kind of a people that you are having the confidence to go and then tell about and open yourself up, go to them, then talk to them, and then see what they think about it and ask their help to shape up your thinking, and then you'll build that confidence. That's how I was able to do this. And this is just an example. I have done this every single time. I remember very, very clearly, even in, getting back to work after my breaks, I had struggle, and my network helped me. My family helped me. My brothers helped me. And I was never shy of asking for help. And I was never shy of giving help or hand to others. So
I think you touched very good points there. Networking, mentorship, right? Go for one-on-one mentorship with somebody you think might have done this, or might be open and give you honest opinion, right? To say, yes, you should do this, or do this way, or do this that way. Or I think going for mentorship, help, even come out and ask for help with Hasna, and we will make sure that we will partner you with the right mentor. If you don't have that network, we will extend our network to you, and I think that will help you overcome the confidence challenges, I think. So going on to the next question, how does volunteering for nonprofit help in career building?
Yeah, actually, it's very natural to me because I have brought up in a culture. I think it's maybe something that I picked up from my parents, watching my dad. I think he was helping a lot to the community. And growing up, that's just natural thing I picked up from them, like kind of offering help. But to based on my experience, where I kind of committed my time and energy to the nonprofit organizations, I learned a lot. I gained more than what I really offered. I feel like, oftentimes I was on the board, for many years for an organization called Chinmaya Mission for 10 or 11 years. And then it taught me a significant amount of leadership and diplomacy and in how to really kind of get the job done through the volunteers to the betterness to the community. Because it's volunteers, right? They just the term says it's volunteerism, right? It's up to you to come or not, what to contribute and not to contribute. But there is a need. How do we really do a lot, right? I picked a lot of the significant leadership skills, administration skills, and then network. The amount of network I have established through these opportunities of me helping through these organizations is unbelievably huge. It just expanded the network all the way from every geo, and which I wouldn't have done that just being at a professional, just do my 9 to 5 job and come back and just take care of my family. I wouldn't have had this kind of a great network. And people reach out to me through these mentorship programs from all over, like Europe and other places, and it's just amazing to see the technology and this kind of conferencing capabilities allows you to do that. And then you establish that network when there isn't help needed. For example, if you bring somebody who needs help, I know exactly how to connect with the right people because I have that network. And that was not possible. That's the strength and the capabilities and the skills I learned. And another example is I don't know anything about blockchain or Web3, to be honest. Of course, I'm a technologist and I'm on the AI side, but I don't know all of these things. By doing this program, hackathon program through Northwest chapter, the Z-Byte gave us 2 trainings, right? One of them is just the fundamentals about this, and then just an hour training just refreshed my memory. Wow, this is what it is. Wonderful. Now I know how to really augment that with AI and then get another use case done, in my new role. So it's kind of the skills across the board you're going to get. I think that's the first. I think the woman or anybody who took the career break, this is a great way to get back in shape is go volunteer in the place wherever you feel like offering your help. And you're already in such a great empowering position. When you're offering help, you take the lead, right? And that's where the miracles happens to you, by the way. So I just believe in that.
That is very good, Surekha, because what I have seen is like, suppose you're volunteering for some fundraising or you're volunteering at your kid's school, you actually do a lot of research. You learn a lot. You learn organizing skills that can come handy in your program management career building, right? So once you have organized and fundraising, you learn a lot of organizing a project. So that is what is going to help you in your career building too. And I think there are a lot of strategic volunteering opportunities as well, which I have read and learned about, that where it's a volunteering, but you will instead of I think writing a project for 10 different programs, you're writing for one. So I've heard that there are strategic volunteering opportunities that you can take up too, that can help.
Yes.
So coming to the next one, I have a question regarding networking. How can I reach to the right person?
Yeah.
I think we have touched a lot on networking.
Yes. I think there are many. I think we talked about a lot of strategies today. LinkedIn is a platform. You have a lot of people out there, right? I think you can just, first very important step is you become the LinkedIn member, right? Be active. Kind of browse through all the postings and see who is who and get familiar with it and so on and so on. See if anybody that you like to really reach out, you can reach out, right? There are a lot of the times people reach out to me and I reach out to others when I see the relevant connection that I need some help, and I just send a note, can you help me? But if you really wanted to know how you can find the right person, if you run out of these ideas or if you don't even know how to start, first reach out to Shubha in this call. She'll put in touch with you who can really help, kind of finding and giving that first step of the hand to kind of understand who you are, what kind of help you need. And then we will give you that first 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 connections for you. We will make that happen for you if you don't know at all how to start the journey. Yes.
Thank you, Surekha. So what are some of the best courses online to upskill in the field of AI, if possible, which provides certification?
Yeah. By the way, Coursera is really good. You can just kind of search for that. And Coursera is really good. It has a certification program, very, very minor cost. I think it's like a monthly fee of $40 or some kind of a membership. But their courses on AI are super good and very well done, with good exercises at the end. And I think you can definitely should go and explore that Coursera platform. LinkedIn is really good as well. LinkedIn, if you really upgrade yourself to premium, LinkedIn Premium, I think that you can also take advantage of it. And then other than that, also, like, there are lots and lots of programs on YouTube and all. You can just do it. It may not give you a certification, kind of a at the end, something like that, but to get the overview of it and just to kind of see what the ecosystem looks like, kind of a thing, and where to start, and so on and so forth, you should just go and look YouTube videos and in general ecosystem, type of topics, and just get the grasp of the kind of a gallery view of what all this ecosystem looks like, and then go to that exact area where you wanted to go and then look into. And otherwise, also, again, I'm going to kind of give it a shout out to, just talk to Shubha. And then if you really kind of don't know how to start, where to start, get connected to either me or Shubha in this call, and we'll put you in touch in the right places to start.
Thank you, Surekha. So the next question is, what support or a program you have to offer for someone looking for opportunities in talent acquisition domain after a career break?
Yeah. Talent acquisition, sorry, I didn't get the question really well. Is that?
I think it's mainly in talent acquisition domain. So
for somebody who really wanted to acquire talent.
Yeah.
Okay. These are from
it's like a HR talent acquisition domain.
I think the human resources aspect of it today, there are multiple ways. I think LinkedIn is one of the many companies tuned to, right? A lot of job openings. If you really go to the LinkedIn, there is a way to really, if you really wanted to go openly say you're looking for open to work, you can say that, the banner, or otherwise you can just open yourself to the hiring, like the talent acquisition teams, about your willingness to you're looking for in different opportunity type of a thing, right? So that just gets into the radar of this, acquisition teams, talent acquisition teams, and they reach out to you actually. That's the beauty of it. They see the connection and then what you're looking for, the skill match, they'll just definitely reach out to you. Or you can go also apply for job, and then there are a bunch of notifications will come. If you can even say what kinds of jobs you're looking for, you can even kind of state that categories of what areas you're looking for, and you can kind of enable that alert mechanism in the tool, and then you will get a lot of notifications about which company is hiring for that kind of a talent. I hope I addressed the question. Is that the whole?
That is good. And also we as we touched on, right, we can, if they contact us, we can look for mentors in that area, and maybe we can connect them with mentors who can guide them. Hey, what is your skill set? How can you upskill in that domain? And then also refer some of the jobs that they can come up with, they can think of, or they have their contacts, because this is all about networking and mentorship.
Yeah, correct. I think that's that. And then also, Women in Big Data also has careers. It's as part of that website, womeninbigdata.org also has a careers. And any of those opportunities you're interested in, and we can reach out to those companies. They are working with us to really help this kind of community to know about the jobs that they're opening, these companies, we can even reach out to them and then make a connection.
This is, again, I think we have touched this, and we are also saying that we will have. So the question is, I'm interested in mentoring and upskilling. Please list the next steps for getting this help. So I think we have already touched on that. We will have a feedback form, share your requirements, and then we will get in touch with you. And we will also see, what, like, who should be your mentors. We will match mentors with you, and we will also see how, if you can participate in next upskilling trainings that we are coming up, or what you are interested. If you express that, I think we can get in touch and help that. So the next question is, will I be able to restart where I left off, or have to restart from ground zero?
Yeah, this is actually, it all depends actually. I think when you really, depending on the industry, there are several factors involved here in this question, right? I think some of the industries, if you are taking a significant break, maybe that skill is not needed anymore. And there is no more such need for that kind of a skill. In that scenario, that job opportunity is gone. You have no choice then starting from the ground zero, right? I think you have to kind of look to see what you need to really, what kind of other areas you want to expand. And you need to, I think, again, we talked in length about skill up. You need to really go figure out which area is most interested area, talk to your friends, colleagues, and network, and or reach out to us. We will work with you one-on-one basis to see and help you and coach you to kind of see what that next immediate skill up you need to do, and then start from ground zero. Or, there are some industries that you can pick up from where you left off, actually. Those industries like healthcare and others, and they are pretty stable industries. They always need like nurses or doctors and all these various jobs. There's continuous demand for that. There's no need to really, of course, you might need to really, freshen up on a couple of the new topics, but otherwise you can pick up where you left off. So it's all depending on the sector you're in and the skills and experience of it. But either way, I think there is no one answer. I think you can start either way. I think it's important at the end of the day. The very first step you need to do is the researching and talking to the people and network. And then just get the right personalized advice from others, and then take that immediate next step, what you want to do after that.
The next question is, should I look at temporary consulting jobs first for transition?
It all depends again. This is also very much like the type of question, previous question, right? I think the consulting jobs are good for certain people and kind of looking for a little bit of long-term, I don't say permanent, there's nothing is permanent, but long-term kind of a job it's all depending on your financial situation. If you're having a steady income already, or if you need a steady income, it's better for you to really go look for that kind of a long-term scenario. But if you already have some savings, but you're kind of in the experimentation mode where you don't know what area you want to pick and run type of a thing, you can pick consultancy roles, right? And then explore some temporary roles initially, and then see what you like about it. And then if you like something, then pursue your long-term profession in that area. And also depends on your career goal. If you're just kind of, if you really want a long-term career commitment, you really want to come back step by step, and you need a very good platform to really support that growth. In that scenario, it's a long-term career commitment based jobs is really good. The consulting jobs, it's kind of, it gives you a taste, but not really the stable evolution of the growth, right? It's all like kind of, personal preference as well. If you really need a flexibility, for example, I see several of my colleagues, they just purposefully just keep at consultancy because they do want once in a year, they want a couple of months of break. They just want to treat themselves very elegantly. They just work for 6 months, 3 months break, and then 6 months things. That's the style they like it, right? So it's again a personal preference as well. So It's all depending on your financial situation, your career goals, and your personal preferences. You can pick either thing is fine. There's no one good answer.
These are very, very good questions from the audience, I think. Thank you, Surekha. Thank you, everyone, for all your questions and spending your Friday evening with us. I hope this was very useful and will be useful going forward for your for restarting your careers. Thank again, Surekha. I enjoyed thoroughly, talking to you, and thank you for your wonderful chat.
Likewise, thank you, and I had a great time as well, Shubha, and wish you all, the audience and the viewers, wish you all the very, very best, and reach out to us if you need help.
Yeah, looking forward for the future partnership. This concludes our event for today. Today's event is sponsored by Detox, and we are lucky to have with us the founder and mompreneur Pallavi Pandey to share her thoughts. And after that, last but not the least, we have vote of thanks by our Hasna lead, Shweta Bendigeri. Thank you, Shweta. Over to you, Pallavi.
I'm thrilled to support and be a part of this meaningful gathering today that everybody's getting to watch, whether you're live streaming on Facebook or YouTube. Thank you for being here, everybody. And thank you, HSNA, that is also called Hasna, which I found out today from the conversation. That is how you say it. So thank you, Hasna, for the opportunity to be a sponsor today. And it is not very surprising for me today that I resonated with everything. Literally everything, period, that was shared by our fire chat guest, Surekha, from today's conversation. And I do want to emphasize a few words she mentioned, which was family support, having the strong foundation at home, whether it's with your parents, your elderly in-laws, your spouse, your partner, your children, and leveraging the biggest thing in your life, which is a support system, support groups, and something that really is dear to me, which is I am officially tagged as a LinkedIn addict. It's not TikTok, it is not Instagram, but it is LinkedIn for me as well. So being active and actually staying active on LinkedIn is the way to build a network, like Surekha said. And at the end, self-assessing your confidence, your expertise to get back on track and plan your future. So thank you, Surekha, for sharing everything today. And today I do want to take a few moments to share my journey from being a working mom to taking a career break and then getting back on becoming who I am today, which is an eco-mompreneur. And that is the term that has been given to me by my children, by a family of our customers. So today I am termed as eco-mompreneur, and I will get into in the story of why that is. So I did work in logistics and warehousing and inventorying for a private company, which was 8 years ago, before I started my own business. So 5 years ago, I took a break from my career to fully embrace motherhood. And that is something I cheer even till today, the best decision of my life. And like many others, I did go through a big tug of war between my personal aspirations and my professional needs and wants. So while enjoying motherhood, I grew increasingly conscious of the environment because I was spending more time in the kitchen, cooking more for the family, taking care of everybody around me. And it got to me thinking that what kind of a world am I leaving for my children? And that was the day during a family gathering or a party, because I love hosting. And that was the day when I realized, by looking at this big stash of paper plates that I often used to buy from Costco. Why? Because that's the best bang for your buck, a big stack, affordable, cheap. And I looked at that and I looked at my trash can, and that was the oh shit moment for me. And that is when I realized how much disposable waste am I creating from my own home, my own kitchen, from my own parties. And that did catch my attention. And so it did to my children. And that's when I thought about our Indian heritage, our Indian culture of being able to enjoy food on banana leaves back at home. If somebody knows what I'm talking about, the serving of food on banana leaves is our Indian tradition. And that is what flashed before me, that whole concept. And that ignited the idea of why don't I bring that culture to the Western world and start something to offer a piece of India, a piece of Indian tradition to people, a piece of experience to people who want to just enjoy and relish food at home on natural renewable resources, which are leaves. So of course I couldn't work with banana leaves. I had to go back and find my raw material. So today that is what became a modern day sustainable solution, which is why I'm called as a mompreneur, because I'm the mom who rescues fallen palm leaves in India, and I give them one more use to create sustainable tableware for the consumer who's looking for better alternative than paper, plastic, bamboo at homes and at their events. And that is how basically my brand, Detox, who's also the sponsor of the event today, and this is spelled differently. This is DTOCS, but it echoes with the word that means detox, which is cleansing journey with palm leaves. So again, turning palm leaves into these beautiful biodegradable, compostable tableware was just not about launching a brand. It was a personal commitment from me to my children, to our environment, to our consumers, basically. And this journey of juggling detox with motherhood wasn't always easy. And like Surekha said, it's so hard. She took a break for 3 to 6 months, right? So it depends on how long that break is for everybody. And for me, it was good 5 years. And that was intentionally done because I wanted to spend that childhood with my children. I didn't have the financial need to go back to work. So it could be different scenarios for different people, why people choose to do what they choose to do, right? So again, from late night brainstorming to handling early morning shipments, which we used to do everything by our own hands, pack everything, make thank you cards, which we did 4 years ago when we were starting the business. Everything was challenging. So every day was something to conquer and then become good at it the next day. So seeing Detox, my business and my brand grow, and seeing that it resonates with so many people and the love that we get, it made it all worthwhile. So I don't have any regrets to what I did not do, what I did not pursue. This is the best thing that could have happened to me. And I'm very, very grateful to that. And now some of you might be wondering and wanting to ask like how I grew this business from home. So this is an e-commerce brand right from home online. I did spend my time studying the market, the customer, finding their pain points, finding their needs, and how I can marry those needs with the solution that I create. So that's how I created a product. And then I use their feedback to improve and keep iterating and getting that lean methodology into a business offering to scale, and then associate myself with business industry leaders. And like Surekha today said, LinkedIn is one of the best ways to do that. And I can vouch because that is how I have grown. And again, some of you might be there on LinkedIn. You could be not active for so many years, but this is the time. And this is the time to get active there, because that's the place where you will find a lot of mentors, advisors, industry leaders, people you can learn from. And another good way to associate yourself with is accelerator programs. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. And that's one of the best way to gain knowledge and get free business resources. And some of them are right here in Portland. So I will be more than happy to share them with you later on after this call. And some of them are nationwide based. So it's all about asking, and making that ask is so important. And I don't think we all, as moms, as wives, as caregivers, have that courage sometimes, because our priorities come last and we don't have to be there. We don't have to be stuck there. We have to have the courage to put ourselves as a priority and make that ask. And I do want to iterate a lot of key points that Surekha just mentioned today, which was, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Being a mom, we have that mindset of being a super mom, being a superwoman, trying to fix everything. And we are so prone to doing all of that, right? So I think rather just learn how to piggyback yourself on these resources that are being offered, right? And most of it, HSNA here is doing, right? You guys are offering these resources and you're providing it to people and letting them know that's the purpose. So wherever you can, try to delegate, try to set those boundaries and ask for help and support, because we do need to empower yourself first, and only then we can empower others. So those were some of the key features that Surekha mentioned. And one of my favorite was travel, because that is the best thing that money can buy. And if you resonate with me, give us a thumbs up, blow up the chat. So give us that support here. And some women could be planning to take a break now after working, or some women might be going back to work after taking a break. So whatever your direction is, regardless of the direction, both transitions are challenging in their own ways, and being proactive, seeking support, and staying informed in the industry. Like, where do I stand today? What do I need to do get better? Thinking about the future and paving your way to achieve those things in the future is the process that is going to make you more confident. And to every woman that has taken a career break or is on it now, if you are one of those listening, remember that these pauses are only setback. They're not setbacks, I'm sorry. They're just a foundation for you to take a moment and reflect back on your real dream, on your big dream, and actually go and do it, because action matters. If you're just there a dreamer, you have to be a doer. So you have to marry your dream with the doing part. And that is how my journey with detox has really taught me to be that person with passion and perseverance. And that's how I've been able to turn a leaf into a sustainable business. And quickly going over a quick tips that I jotted it down for our women who might be going back to work is, if you just follow this checklist, it might just help you, which is self-assessment. Reflect on what you want from this job now versus what you were wanting before your break, right? So your priorities or interests might have changed by now. And then update your skill. Take that time when you have a little one, when you're sleeping and your little one is sleeping for 6 hours, or at least mine was sleeping for 6 hours. So use that time to update your skill, whether it's an online course or it's a college or it's a program, like I said. Depending on how long your break is, consider taking courses and attending workshops. And Surekha was mentioning a lot of programs that are for free. So get in touch with her and refresh everything in your book right now. And then revamp your resume. Yes, resume takes you far along. Even if you're a business owner, you have to have a resume, because everything is like a book. Your resume is like a book, and you have to put everything, your experiences, your skills, your volunteering, anything that is relevant to you. So that goes on your resume, right? And then revamping your network around you. Connect with your former colleagues, your friends in the industry, because they can offer you valuable advice, right? And they can update you on the industry changes. And potential job leads, because that's all it takes. Hey, I'm looking for a job. Can you recommend me? Can you refer me? Or do you know of somebody? So learn to make these asks and prepare for interviews. That is a time where you've had a gap. And now you're ready to address that gap. So prepare yourself, spend time positively focusing on your skills and not cribbing on what you missed or what could you have done better. So whatever your experiences that you've gained in that break, try to utilize it positively. And at the end, join support groups. There are so many groups of women. If you're just looking for women-oriented groups, or for that matter, both the gender groups, there are so many groups and resources that can help you and where you can get advice and support. And in conclusion, I will take another moment to pause and extend my heartfelt thank you to Hasna, HSN organization, and the dedicated staff. As far as I've known this group for at least the last 1 year, I've seen the relentless hard work the staff has been putting towards these opportunities for the members of the community. So that is truly commendable. And I'm sure you guys are measuring the impact, and it's immeasurable. Like it's so appreciative. So I do deeply appreciate that. And that is why I'm here today, to support you and extend you that support. So thank you. And now I'm ready to pass the mic to Shweta.
Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you so much for, telling us this quote of marrying dreaming part with yourself along with the doing part. Thank you once again. Hi, all. My name is Shweta Bendigiri, and I'm part of the Education Initiative team along with Manish Jain. Thank you, Surekha, for taking time and providing your insightful recommendation and career advice with the networking, mentorship, and you also mentioned about enter with confidence even after a small or a long career break. Thank you for such inspirational questionnaire. This has helped me and many other women out there who are watching this or will be watching this fireside chat. Thank you so much for, having the time to support and answering all our questionnaires and the viewers' questionnaires with patience. A big thank you to our sponsor, Pallavi Pandey, who is the brain behind the brand Detox. As you already heard, they provide these eco-friendly, sustainable products that are made from natural ingredients, thanks to her and the team that's driving these sustainable products from the Indian heritage to keep our environment clean. We cannot end without saying thanks to all the volunteers behind this successful and insightful event. Thank you so much, Shubha, for driving and leading this great and organized discussion. Kudos to you, Shubha, and the team. Thanks a lot for the Women Empowerment Initiative team, that is Shubha, Siri, and Padmashri. Thanks a lot for bringing this event for us today. Thanks a lot, Akhil, for driving in this creation and testing and putting all the streaming pieces together. Thank you, Mallikarjun and Ramesh Sevgalu, for assisting and helping out for this event. Thank you so much, Ishan Sevgalu and Sanvi Sunil and all the other volunteers from the youth club who has helped in creating the poster and the content help. Thank you, Kavita, for kickstarting and going over these various Hasna initiatives. Any event cannot be successful without the participants today. Thank you one and all for joining our streaming and providing an overwhelming feedback and also pouring with questions. As you have witnessed one such initiative today, I would like to go over few of the future exciting Hasna initiatives. We have, as part of the environmental initiative, the trail cleanup. As you already heard from Kavita, the various trails that Hasna has adopted, we have this trail cleanup happening every month, and we have one planned for October. We have been providing, as part of the food and nutrition initiative, of providing shelter diner services, and that's also planned for every month till the end of the year. We also have the tree planting and Oregon Food Bank services that we provide every Saturday as part of the Hasna initiative. I'm sure many of you have heard about the Seva Diwali and the toy drive that happened every year. It has been planned for the months of October, November, and December. All these proceedings go to various organizations that need the help and the support. We have started this. We are going to start with a virtual holiday picture contest that will be coming up soon. So please watch out for the flyers and poster, and please stay tuned for this picture contest that we will be showcasing around Golu, Halloween costumes, Deepavali Rangoli, and Thanksgiving fall decoration. We would like the community to sign up and showcase your wonderful talents or the hidden talents that you have. One of the big event that will be planned and part of Hasna's this year's initiative is our annual day. This is planned for December 9th, and this will be marking our celebration for our 1-year anniversary also. This event will showcase mainly around the dance competition for various age groups, and this will be followed by the PVSA award ceremony for all our youth club members who have put in a lot of efforts in volunteering. So please watch out for all those event flyers, poster in our Facebook and all our websites. We would like to call upon the community for volunteering and participating for many such events from Hasna. I would like to share some parting thoughts before we leave. Hope you have all enjoyed and did find this event useful. We would like to hear your valuable feedback and input so that we can improve and also bring such initiative and efforts that are important and helpful for the community. Also, we would like to encourage members of this community to come and support and be part of our volunteering group for any of these Hasna events. So please watch out for such event information flyers that we regularly post in all our social media websites. Do not forget to join our hands with our big annual day celebration so that you and your family can participate and have fun. Once again, thank you all for joining us for this Women Empowerment Initiative or effort today. I would like to thank you. Slide. So please see the QR code on this event so that you can provide your valuable feedback, and then we would be able to help according to your feedback and the needs that you are asking for. Also, this is a non-profit organization. So please, we would like to encourage, if anyone would like to donate, then please look at the QR code for our donation that's there on this. Thank you once again, everyone. Have a great night and stay tuned for many such wonderful initiatives from Hasna. Thank you.